Hi, my name is Fahad Zaman, and for my fashion marketing project, I focused on the Gap. So, just to start off with a basic overview, the Gap is an American retailer that was founded in the late 70s in San Francisco, California. Over the years, the Gap has expanded its stores and operates 3,000 stores globally, to 2,500 of which operate in the United States. It has created a strong brand presence with its various sub-brands, including Old Navy, Banana Republic, Athleta, and Piper Lime. The Gap mission statement is Gap Incorporated is a brand builder. We create emotional connections with customers around the world through inspiring product design, unique experiences, and compelling marketing. The Gap's purpose statement is for you to express your personal style throughout your life. Some of the challenges that the Gap faces are the cost of researching current trends and latest fashion trends, as well as the overall buying pattern of consumers after the economic crisis. Overall, most consumers are spending less and are focusing on their needs rather than their wants. The Gap follows a functional organizational structure while implementing a differentiation strategy. As discussed earlier, the Gap offers a variety of products that targets men, women, and children from all backgrounds. Banana Republic offers high-end fashion products. Piper Lime was an online-based shoe store which now expanded to overall apparel. Old Navy offers affordable fashion trends, and Athleta offers athletic wear for women. By establishing these brands, the Gap has been able to create larger target market from babies to adults, low class to high class, as well as a variety of personalities. The Gap focuses mainly on clothing, and because of the various sub-brands available, an average person can wear Gap clothing or almost anything. Each brand works hard to achieve its own goals so that it can create an overall strong brand image. The Gap has a very strong marketing strategy using a variety of ways of reaching out to its customer. First, I'd like to analyze the stores. While visiting a few select locations, I noticed that most Gap stores use lighter colors for lighting and shelving. This makes the environment much more inviting and free. It also puts the product in a bright spotlight where you can see it from afar. The products are also organized in a way that encourages the shopper to add on items. So, for example, jackets are strategically placed next to scarves, gloves, earmuffs, etc. The Gap stores also offer a variety of colors in their clothing, so if you'd like a specific shirt style, there's always a select set of colors to choose from. The Gap also uses the advancement of technology to its benefit, using its online webpage, social media, TV advertisements, and other media. The Gap is able to reach its consumers from all angles. Okay, we'll first look at the Gap's online presence by going to gapstore.com. And while navigating through the website, I found it to be very user-friendly. If you look at the top, you'll notice you can click through the various sub-brands, which makes it easier rather than typing in bananarepublic.com or athleta.com. We're going to go through these sub-brands in a moment, but I want you to place close attention to the similarities and differences between each page. So you'll notice at the top right here, we have a variety of different target markets. You also can see models of women, children, and babies. And then you can also see the different font sizes that you use. So you'll see right here it says new arrivals just unwrapped in big bold blue lettering against a white background. So that's a great marketing tool. You definitely that's something you want your consumers to see. Um, no, now let's look at the Old Navy brand. Now, when we go to Old Navy, we'll see some differences. One thing I'd like to point out is something I like to call price points. So you'll see these save 25% off or up to 50% off signs. These are all strategically placed on the site to grab your attention. Similar to the Gap webpage, you'll see on the top bar the variety of different target markets. The target market for this sub-brand caters to the average mom of maybe two or more. She may have a part-time or a full-time career and doesn't have time to physically shop, so she can make all her purchases online. Now, if you go to Banana Republic, you can see how the target market changes. Um, First thing off you see is this seemingly happy couple, and pictures of these nicely dressed models. Obviously, they've catered their webpage to the fall and winter season. This page targets the newlywed young couple between the ages of maybe 25 to 35. It could just be, single individuals as well. Something you'll notice is you don't see a lot of price points here because these shoppers are more about the quality over quantity. To them, they want to look chic, and price is not the biggest factor in their decision. Now, when we go to Old Navy, we'll see some differences. One thing I'd like to point out is something I like to call price points. So you'll see these save 25% off or up to 50% off signs. These are all strategically placed on the site to grab your attention. Similar to the Gap webpage, you'll see on the top bar the variety of different target markets. The target market for this sub-brand caters to the average mom of maybe two or more. She may have a part-time or a full-time career and doesn't have time to physically shop, so she can make all her purchases online. Now, if you go to Banana Republic, you can see how the target market changes. Um, First thing off you see is this seemingly happy couple, and pictures of these nicely dressed models. Obviously, they've catered their webpage to the fall and winter season. This page targets the newlywed young couple between the ages of maybe 25 to 35. It could just be, single individuals as well. Something you'll notice is you don't see a lot of price points here because these shoppers are more about the quality over quantity. To them, they want to look chic, and price is not the biggest factor in their decision. Now, with Piper Lime, you'll see some similarities and some differences. Again, at the top, you'll see the target market groups. They cater to women, men, kids, and something else that they do that Piper Lime does is that they sell other branded clothing. So I thought this was really cool. You can go down and let's say if I wanted to buy something from Calvin Klein, I can just click Calvin Klein and it'll give me everything I want that's branded Calvin Klein. So that's what's really cool about Piper Lime is that it sells other branded clothing. And then the final sub brand we're going to look at is Athleta. So what Gap did with Athleta is very interesting. So when you think of the word athlete or athletic, you think of maybe tracksuits or going to the gym. What Athleta is, it gives women a chance to just dress comfortably. So if they're going to yoga class or if they're maybe just taking a stroll in the park, it gives you like a good fashion sense, and you can wear something comfortable outside and look trendy as well. So I thought that was very interesting. And the target markets here, it's mostly just women, but they have a variety of items located at the top. So if you're looking for pants and bottoms, you can just click there, and you'll find exactly what you need. They give you capri shorts, skirts. I'm not sure what a skirt is, to be honest with you. Okay, that's a skirt. Now I know. Um, so yeah, that's what Athleta is. Overall, I think the online presence of the Gap is doing fairly well. It's an easy to use website. You also have other features like find a store, You can shop with your credit card, you can shop with your gift card, um, which makes it really, really user friendly. So they're doing an excellent job with that. The Gap also has a strong impact on social media, using it as a means for advertising and reaching the youth. Most kids these days spend hours on the computer, on Facebook or Twitter, so Gap is really smart by reaching out using social media advertising. Okay, so now we'll look at some TV advertisements. So what the Gap is doing this season with their TV advertisements is the Be Bright campaigns, which encourage consumers to be themselves, and that the Gap always has a style for your personality. The holiday and kids commercials use a variety of colors which appeal to the target market. And also you see lots of smiling and lots of laughter, which sound ridiculous but are all good marketing tools used by the Gap. Other forms of marketing strategies are billboards and magazines and catalogs. Now we're going to look into an interview I did with a Gap sales associate. This person is a high school friend that I don't see often who was happy to help me out with an interview. Hi everybody, this is Fahad Zaman for fashion marketing class. I'm doing my fashion marketing project on the Gap, and I have with me Nate Cologne today, who's actually an employee for the Gap. So thanks Nate for coming out today.
Not a problem, not a problem.
So the first question I wanted to ask was, how long have you been working for the Gap?
I'm working for the Gap for maybe about 5 months now.
5 months now?
Awesome.
Okay. Which location do you work in?
I work at the Gap in 48th Street, 6th Avenue, Rockefeller Center, right next to the Christmas tree.
Oh, okay. So busy area?
Yes.
Always busy.
Always.
Describe your role and your primary responsibility.
My role is a sales associate. I mostly do helping people find their clothes, helping people get their sizes and stuff like that, and making sure they have just an enjoyable customer experience.
Okay. Do you do like cashier work? Or
I am head cashier. I'm the number one cashier in the store.
All right. Good stuff. So this is more going to be related to like sales questions. So,
okay.
What is your most memorable experience while working at the Gap? It could be work related, it could be not work related, but what sticks out to you the most?
My most memorable experience would probably have to be a one customer I had. Her name was Judy, and she was a little more eccentric than most of the people I work with. And she came in with all her kids, and they all got to pick out one thing that they got, and they all picked it up. And then after that, they liked it so much they came back in 15 minutes and bought out maybe about $3,000 worth of stuff.
Really?
The transaction took about 3 hours.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Were they from here, or were they?
Yeah, they were from here. They lived in Sunset Park.
Okay. Have they came to your location before, or like other?
They're one of the regulars. They go to most the Gap. They used to go to the Gap on 86th Street, but once that closed down, they started coming to ours because the mom worked there.
Okay. All right. Cool. And just so you know, 86th Street is in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Cool shopping center. So describe a time when you thought you went above and beyond to help a customer. I know you mentioned Judy, but can you think of another time where you went like?
One time a customer wanted a really just one decent pair of jeans because she wants it for her husband for the holidays, and we didn't have her size in the store, and she didn't really have time to go looking because she had it she was getting ready to give birth, checking the baby and stuff like that. So what I did was I called another store that did have the jeans, and I had it ordered to her house, special order, free of charge, no shipping. So she just paid what she would normally pay at the store, and it got to her house the same day.
That's good. That's nice. What kind of uniform do you wear? And what kind of uniform do you guys wear?
We wear usually whatever we want, as long as it has a Gap look to it.
Okay.
Like for example, what I'm wearing is a bunch of Gap tie. This is what I wear to work.
Okay.
And you're supposed to have your own personal sense of style, and that's what helps the customers approach you. They think that he looks nice. You might know what he's talking about when he's describing stuff to me.
Okay. All right. Do you think that helps out a lot?
I think that helps mostly than people at other stores who all wear the same thing, because they're all one color, one thing. So you really can go to anybody, but say someone has a preppy look and you want to go for that look, you go to that person. But someone has more of a casual, just shorts and t-shirt, you go to them for help.
Okay.
So I think it helps balance it out.
Right. Okay. And now, do you usually wait for a customer to approach you, or do you go up to each customer asking them or her for help if they need help?
I usually go to the customer first, and I walk up to them and I say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah.
I talk to them. We engage in small conversation, and then we have. Then I ask them, "Well, what are you looking for? Do you have a particular interest you're in for today?"
Right.
They tell me what they're looking for, and then we go from there.
Okay. So, I'm sure you probably know this, but I looked this up online. The Gap mission statement is, Gap Incorporated is a brand builder. We create emotional connections with customers around the world through inspiring product design, unique store experiences, and compelling marketing. So, how do you think your store carries out this mission, if you think?
Well, I think our store carries out. We have a thing called Real 7, which stands for relate, engage, advise, locate.
Okay.
So what we do is relate to them as I'm a person, you're a person. We have similar tastes. How can we do that to you?
Right.
And we create when we talk to them, we have an emotion behind it, not just oh hey, what do you want? We're sincere. We want to make sure you don't have to always leave with something, but you make sure that you have a good customer experience. That when you leave, you're satisfied and you want to come back to us.
Okay.
I think our store does that one of the best.
Yeah. All right. And how did your store decide where to place product or what product to place on the floor? So do they have a certain way of coming up with I'm going to put this sweater here, I'm going to put that sweater there?
Our store has an entire team. They're the visual team. They don't do sales. They don't do that. They just focus on what's going on the floor.
Right.
The leader of our visual team is Kenneth, and he has an entire it's almost like a blueprint, but not of the store, but of what's going where. And we decide what's going going out depending on if it's trending or not.
Okay.
Depending if we see people wearing it, or depending if like people are saying stuff about it on forums, on on magazines and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So do they often get this information from you guys, or like is it just like they just hear about
they
it, or
they usually get it from like, I guess like other competitors and how
Okay.
they're doing,
Uh-huh.
and how we're doing, and how like if they
Right.
see more of our shirts outside, then we're obviously doing a good job. But say they see something more like Urban Outfitters or something, they'll be like,
Okay.
oh, okay, I see what they're doing. How can we come back to this?
Okay. All right. So I know this is kind of a stupid question, but how often do you need to clean the store?
We need to clean. The store always has to be spotless at all times.
Okay.
So we could either say once a day or
Uh-huh.
200 something times a day.
Right.
Like say someone's picking up something and looking through the shirts and they make a mess. We automatically have to go to that spot and make sure it's perfect.
Okay.
But for floors and stuff, it's mostly like 3 or 4 times a day we mop and sweep and stuff when the store's closed.
Right. Why do you think that's so important to make sure the store is clean?
I think because if it's not, they have this vision that if it's not clean, the people there aren't clean, the clothes aren't clean,
Right.
and why would you want to buy that?
Good point. Yeah. And then, just like an individual question, like obviously you work under managers. What type of goals are you asked to achieve individually? So like, you need to sell X amount of scarves every day, or do you need to do this? Or
Actually, there's only one thing like that, which is the Gap cards.
Uh-huh.
Gap cards are like credit cards that we sell to people like
Okay.
for discounts and stuff, to have them returned to the store for discounts and stuff. And they're usually asked for at least 2 a day, depending on the shift.
Okay.
Like if I have like for today, when I got to work today, I had a 9-hour shift, and with an hour break. So every 4 hours, I'm required to sell one.
Okay.
It's a mini quota. Like sometimes, like you might not get any because it's hard to sell a credit card.
Right.
But they would like for you to sell at least 1 to 2 a day.
What are the benefits of the Gap card?
Benefits of the Gap card really depending on the day, but like usually it's 15% off. Like like your entire purchase that day for the rest of the day. Every Tuesday you get 10% off. Everything that's going on in the store. And you get 10% off for the 2 months that you open the card.
Okay. And can you use the Gap card in like Old Navy or Banana Republic?
It's exchangeable between Gap, Old Navy, and Banana Republic, and they have a Gap Visa card, which is a regular credit card, which you can use towards Urban Outfitters, Uniqlo, or going to Starbucks, or going to eat Chinese food.
Okay. You can it's pretty universal.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you. So thank you, Nate, for joining us today. It was awesome.
Not a problem.
And thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
You guys.
So just a recap of the interview, one of Nate's most memorable experiences was with Judy, a woman who was shopping for her kids, and the kids were able to pick out what they wanted. For most stores, it can be hard to cater to the whole family, but the Gap store is able to do that. Nate also mentioned a moment when he provided exceptional service to a customer, and he discussed how a woman was upset she could not find the pair of jeans she was looking for. Nate went out of his way to locate these jeans and have them shipped to her for free. It shows that the associates really do care about their customers, and I'm sure that customer will be a return customer. Nate mentioned something called the Gap look, which is really important when customers approaching you. Everyone has a unique style, and shoppers sometimes want advice on how to put clothing together. So by viewing other associates or asking other associates, they can see the endless possibilities of their outfit. He also mentioned that the store has a visual team, which is common in almost all retailers. But something he mentioned is that the store puts product out based on whether it's trending. They look to their competitors to see what they are doing and if they can do it better. Nate also mentioned that the store needs to look spotless to make a clean presentation. He also mentioned the Gap credit card, which has great benefits that bring back a return customer. The Gap will continue to serve as a leading retailer in the clothing industry. It creates a strong brand image by using effective marketing tools to draw the customer in and to build a relationship, drawing that customer back in every time. The Gap has successfully reached out to a variety of target markets and will continue to reach out to more. The company continues to grow as Piperlime and Athleta stores are slowly making their way to actual stores rather than just online. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video.